In this video, we're going to explore a practical case with a budget of up to €150. Previously, we've been working on setting up campaigns within a newly created advertising profile, which we developed together, step by step. Now, to provide a hands-on example, let's switch to my active advertising profile. We're now at the campaign level, where I've set up 3 advertising campaigns. These include 2 awareness campaigns and 1 engagement campaign. The first reach campaign had no expenses, while the interaction campaign incurred a modest spend of almost €16. The campaign that accounted for the majority of the budget at €123 was another awareness campaign, achieving a total reach of nearly 8,000 people. These individuals collectively encountered our ads nearly 38,000 times. The frequency metric here shows 4.8, which suggests moderate repetition in ad viewing. Let's delve deeper into the ad sets to see the allocation of our spending. Here we find 4 ad groups with varying expenditures. Notably, one group consumed most of the budget at €105, with a frequency approaching 14. This means that out of a relatively small audience of about 2,000 people, each person saw our ads around 14 times, amounting to almost 30,000 impressions. This high frequency underscores the core of our strategic approach. Selected now is this particular group of ads. Moving to the ad level, we observe not just 1, 2, or 3 publications, but 15 ad publications tied to this set. It's crucial to note that these weren't crafted solely for advertising. They are general content pieces from our communication channels, enhanced by ad spending. Initially, we had only about 100 followers, indicating that without advertising, our reach would be minimal. Considering that organic reach, exposure without paid promotion, to your existing audience hovers around 10%, you can expect that only about 10 of every 100 followers will see your organic posts. This is why our advertising efforts are so vital. Let's revisit our ad settings to refine our understanding. Clicking on the Edit button, we review the campaign optimization, Facebook business page, the daily budget, and connected audiences. And in conjunction with these connected audiences and the location that we indicate is our city, we will see that Facebook gave us a total of 2,000 people, which is really a super small audience, but with the budget that we have had of up to €150, it is the only way to create this recognition effect, showing these 2,000 people different content, with the ideas that we saw in the section of content creation in module number 2. Here, we will see the publications of experience, introduction, and also publications of attracting attention. In total, only in a set of ads we have 15 publications. Here is the ad set, but as we can see, this set of ads had a cost of only almost 4, and then it was turned off because its cost per mile, CPM, was more expensive compared to this set of ads. Also, 2 more words I will say about this main metric, CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. Please do not mistake it for the cost per 1,000 people reached, which here seems to be a super high cost of almost €50 per 1,000 people reached. But in reality, our audience from the beginning was very small. Therefore, with this total expense of €105 divided by 2,000 people, we have almost €50 per 1,000 people reached. But being our idea of frequency, these 2,000 people saw advertising almost 30,000 times, and the real CPM, what Facebook charged us, was €3.55. So pay attention to the cost per 1,000 impressions. Because from this point of view, it may seem that we let the campaign run at a higher cost, but our idea is frequency, and we have to see the performance of our advertising taking into account that metric CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, because this is how we reach these 2,000 people with different content that we have created. Imagine if of these 2,000 people, 10% will come to your event. There are already 200 people who will buy the ticket and enjoy with you. We return again to the level of campaigns, and here we will see that there was also another engagement campaign that had a total expense of €16, but had a more expensive CPM than the awareness campaign. As you can see, we have several connected audiences of various artists who have collaborated with us. To access these audiences, navigate to the left bar and click on the Audience section. If you cannot find it directly, click on All Tools and search for the Audience option. Here, you can view the different audiences. These audiences comprise followers from different channels, including Facebook, Instagram, and our website. For instance, to create a new custom audience, click on the option to create one. If you have previously launched advertisements and generated traffic on your website, you can create an audience based on this web traffic by selecting the pixel identification installed on your site. Additionally, there is an option to create a customized audience based on video playback. For this, select people who have watched 50% of a video and specify the source of the videos, whether from Facebook, Instagram, or directly from an advertising campaign. For example, if you select an Instagram profile, you must specify which exact profile you want to analyze. Next, you will see all the videos along with their playback statistics. From here, you can select videos to create an audience of people who, in our case, have viewed at least 50% of the selected videos. This method provides an alternative way to create audiences based on their interaction with content. Returning to our Ads Manager profile, you will notice that we have various connected audiences, such as followers of one artist or another. This includes interactions on Instagram with different artists, as well as interactions and followers on Facebook. Finally, let's examine the campaign period. We have an event on December 2nd and initiated the advertising campaign 2 weeks prior. If we select the first week and click here to update, we'll see that we spent only €8 from our total budget during that period. If we then switch to the last week, that is, the week before the event, and update again, we'll notice that the largest expenditure occurred during this period. This approach is crucial when operating on a very limited budget. It's not practical to stretch the budget evenly across 2 weeks. It's generally more effective to spend minimally in the first week and allocate the majority of the budget to the last week, as people typically do not plan their activities well in advance. Historically, the last week has always yielded the highest number of sales in our practice. Additionally, here you can check how many tickets were sold through Facebook. It's not visible currently because we need to customize these metric columns. To do this, click on this button. You'll see several default column configurations. For instance, selecting Interaction with Video will display metrics related to video content. However, you can customize your columns by scrolling down and clicking on the Customize option in this bar, where you can add or delete metric columns. At the bottom left, you have the option to save these columns as a preset. After activating this option, you need to name your preset and click Apply. Now, if you click again in this section, you will see the preset you just created along with the default columns. Our preset is already selected, and here we can see that Facebook recorded 18 sales from our awareness campaign. We will now move to the ad set level, where it becomes evident that most of the sales came from the campaign with higher frequency. However, it's important to note that Facebook does not accurately register all conversions that occur on your website, especially if tracking is solely conducted via pixels. This issue is a general market problem. For example, Facebook recorded 18 sales for our specific case, but the campaign capture from the platform we used actually shows 45 sales, totaling €269. Although this amount isn't significant and we didn't expect many attendees considering we only sold 45 online entries, it was our first event, and surprisingly, almost 200 people attended. Here is a video from that night where you can see the number of attendees. This turnout can be attributed to the same idea of frequency. We also spoke with many attendees who mentioned seeing our advertisements frequently and that each ad was different. From the 2,000 people who saw our ads an average of 14 times, 10% attended. The fact that people viewed a lot of our content indicates a genuine interest in our event and support for what we are doing. This was a pleasant surprise, as based on the 45 online entries sold, we expected at most 100 attendees. The unexpected turnout inspired us to create this course and share with you all the strategies we've developed.